What's up, team? 2024 is over. 2025 is getting a fresh start. We went back and reviewed some stuff, and I wanted to make a video for you guys on how I got scammed. Hopefully you guys can avoid some of the pitfalls that were super obvious looking back, but I got caught up in a really good deal. And sometimes if it looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Quick backstory. We were in the process of restoring the 1984 ATC 250R, and I was hard on the hunt for some hard to find parts. If you want to see more on the restoration of this, please go to our channel, subscribe. You can see it from where it started as pretty much an original 1984 all the way to where it sits now. Follow us because the next couple episodes we are going to do some more work on this. It's getting a new fresh tire on the front, and we're going to home make some chains for the back because it's a whole 10 degrees out today and we got some snow on the ground and we want to get back to riding. But for today's video, let's go over how I got scammed, some things that you guys can look for. It's not going to be a very long one, and hopefully we'll save you from making the same mistake that I did.
So the whole saga started in 2024 when we first launched our YouTube channel and our Instagram page. If you haven't gone over and checked out our Instagram page yet, go give us a follow and check it out. Shortly after launching the YouTube channel and Instagram page, I knew that I wanted to start a pretty big project, and that was going to be our 1984 Honda ATC 250R. My dad purchased this ruler brand new in 1984 from the dealership, and it was in bad need of a restoration. A lot of parts were missing, and what I didn't know yet is that a lot of them were going to be pretty hard to find. And when I did find them, they would be pretty expensive. Shortly after, I got a follow on our Instagram page from a guy called ATC_Trikes. We followed each other's pages and we liked some of each other's content, and it was pretty clear he's a ATV ATC wrecking and salvage yard. And according to his description, they ship, quote, worldwide. He had several pictures posted, including some stuff that he already had tore down or had up for sale. I saw one of his posts was talking about, if you're not ready to buy, then don't bother wasting my time. I think this is pretty relatable if you've ever posted anything for sale on Facebook Marketplace and you get the, hey, is this still available? And as soon as you message back the generic, yes, it is, guess what? You get ghosted. He seemed like a pretty normal guy to me, so I hit him up and asked him if he had any parts for a 1983 or 1984 ATC. He messaged me back a picture of an 83 that he was in the process of tearing apart and asked me what parts I was looking for. I explained I was looking for a wiring harness and a coil, and I also was in need of a very hard to find seat stop bracket, shown here as number 20. Number 20 is no longer available and is no longer being produced. He explained he did have one and he would be more than happy to sell it to me, so I was ecstatic. We talked for a while and we settled on a price of $141. Now let me preface, guys, I am not a tech person. I messaged my wife and asked her, how do we pay for this stuff? And she said she would prefer to use PayPal and she did not like using friends and family. He explained he only uses friends and family and that he did not want to use the normal business line. That's right, guys. This should be red flag number 1. But I went ahead and paid him anyways. The process with PayPal is if you're using friends and family, they do not charge the seller a certain percentage. However, if you're using friends and family and you don't get the product that was promised to you, they also will not reimburse your money. So I asked my wife to calculate up what the percentage would be. We'll just add it on the top and we'll pay the additional. We paid the additional, which came out to $146. I messaged him and told him, hey, I used the regular business line, and he said, you can't do that. You got to send the money back. That's right. Red flag number 2. This guy actually sent the money back to me and said that I would have to Venmo his son's account. So here's where I made a big mistake, guys. As soon as he sent the money back to me, I should have just kept the money, cut bait and ran and walked away. But I really wanted these parts, and it was a really good price, and I went ahead and sent him the $141 through his son's Venmo account. Now, here's another red flag for you. The Venmo account doesn't even share the same name, and again, I had to do it through friends and family. But he got the money and agreed that he would send me the shipping information in the morning. The next day, I woke up and received a message stating that I needed to Venmo the shipping company another $100 through friends and family. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I don't know a lot of reputable shipping places that are using Venmo through friends or family. So I questioned this, and he explained to me that there is a $100 charge, and when you receive your parts, they give you 80% of it back. It's like an insurance plan. I asked him why he wasn't using UPS or FedEx or USPS, and he explained, I use these guys all the time. I don't mess around. They're a reputable company. I tried to find Priority Mail somewhere in New York, and all I could find was a service provided by USPS. Now, that aside, $100 to ship these parts seems pretty expensive. I asked him for an address or a phone number so I could contact the shipper direct and maybe pay them over the phone, or at least determine if they're a reputable shipping company. The first phone number he gave me sent me to Peru. And at this point, I know I'm getting scammed. There's definitely something fishy going on here, and it stinks. He sent me another number. I called that number, which initially went to a Google voicemail, and on the second try, I actually got through to a physical person who I could barely understand. He was very rude. He explained that he didn't have time to talk to me before he quickly hung up on me. I explained to ATC Trikes that I was not going to be giving that guy any money, certainly not through friends and family. He sent me over another shipping company, and I went through and read their fine print. This was actually linked to a website. And again, they said, you need $100 for insurance, and when you get the product back, we will refund 80% of that. So you'll get $80 back. I asked ATC Trikes, how am I getting my $80 back if I'm Venmoing friends and family? And he explained, when they drop the part off, they'll give me $80 in cash. Now, if that doesn't sound crazy, I don't know what does. We messaged back and forth a few more times, but eventually I tell him, listen, man, I'm tired of you wasting my time. I know this is a scam, and I'm probably not going to get my parts. Just give me my money back. He's pretty reluctant. He tells me several times, I don't think we're there yet. I'm not going to give you your money back. At this point, I basically put him on blast and tell him, I am going to post your name everywhere, to every ATV, ATC, whatever page I can find, and tell him never order from this guy. Granted, I now know that most people aren't as dumb as I was, but he immediately deletes his Instagram page. Luckily, I'd already taken a screenshot of it, and deletes our message thread, but I had already screenshotted a lot of that as well, because at this point I know it's a scam and I'm not getting any of my money back. So the whole point of this video, guys, was to make you stop and think so you don't make the same mistakes I did. And here are some things that I should have stopped and picked up on right away. Number one, his Instagram page has a very generic name like ATC_Trikes. Number two, his photos, none of them have matching backgrounds, and he's not in any of the photos. They're just canned images from Google. The next issue, he will only accept payment through friends and family. That should have probably been the biggest red flag, especially when he went so far as to offer my money back to me. The last big issue is he's on Instagram. And at this point, I think we know that Instagram is nothing but robots and OnlyFans, or some weird mix of the two. So if you're buying parts off of somebody on Instagram, you're probably getting scammed. Now, how did I actually get my parts? Well, I went through some local Facebook groups, including Vintage ATV and Air-Cooled 250R. These guys were super cool. They got me my parts right away. They gave me a good deal on them, and they were more than happy to use regular old PayPal so that if something went wrong, I would get my money back. The long and short of it, guys, don't make the same mistakes I did. I want this community to thrive, and please take my advice. If you made it this far into the video, then give us a subscribe, give us a like. This is not typically how we post our content, but I wanted to try something new and different. If you don't like it, then leave a comment. If you do like it, leave a comment or tell me I'm an idiot for giving this guy my money. But shocker, I already know that. Stay tuned, guys. We are going to do some more live footage, and we'll be working on some three-wheelers here in the very near future. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks, team.